ஆண்டாள் திருடிகளே சரணம், ஆழ்வார் திருடிகளே சரணம், எம்பெருமானார் திருடிகளே சரணம், பெரியவாச்சான் பிள்ளை திருடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம். ஸ்ரீசைலேஷ தயாபாத்திரம் தீபக்தியாதி குணார்ணவம் யதீந்திர பிரவணம் வந்தே ரம்ய ஜாமாதரம் முனிம் ரம்ய ஜாமாத்திர யோகீந்திர பாதரேகாமயம் சதா ததாயத்தா தசத்தாதிம் ராமானுஜமுனிம் பஜே. லக்ஷ்மீநாத சமாரம்பாம் நாசயாமன மத்தியமாம் அஸ்மதாச்சாரிய பரியந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம். யோ நித்யமச்சுத பதாம்புஜே யுக்மருக்ம வியாமோகத ஸ்ததிதராணி திருநாயமேனே अस्मद्गुरोर् भगवतोस्य दैहिकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये. मातापिता युते स्तनयायुभूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य नः कुलपतेर्वकुलाभिरामम् श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रियुगळं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना भूतं सरश्च महताह्वय भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखर योगिवाहन् भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेण परकाल यतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्. அல்லினால் தாமரை மேல் அரணைங்கனின் துணைவி மல்லி நாடாண்ட மடவையில் மெல்லியலால் ஆயர் குலவேந்தன் ஆகத்தால் தன்புதுவை வேயர் பயந்த விளக்கு கோலச்சுரி சங்கை மாயன் செவ்வாயின் குணம்பிடமும் சீலத்தினர் தென் திருமல்லி நாடி செழுங்குடல் மேல் மாலைத்தொடை தென்னரங்கதி கீயும் மதிப்புடைய சோலைக்கிளி அவள் தூய நற்பாதம் துணை நமக்கே. Dhivyaprabandham series of lectures in English. We have been enjoying nAchchiyAr thirumozhi. nAchchiyAr thirumozhi is a beautiful composition by nAchchiyAr Godamma. She is an incarnation of Bhumi Pirati herself. Because of that, she has natural love towards Bhagavan from the time of birth. She appeared in the Tulasi Vanam, or the portion of Nandavanam where the Tulasi plants are, and Periyalvar found her present and he took her and raised her as her own daughter. Right from the birth, she was naturally inclined towards Bhagavan. Further, Periyalvar explained her stories of Krishna from Itihasas, Puranas and so on, and planted the seed of devotion in her further. And that plant grew very quickly. When she was 5 years old, she became totally existing for Bhagavan only. She had no other desire, she had no other thoughts. She wanted to only marry Bhagavan. Bhagavan was present as Vatapatra Shayi in the Srivilliputur Dividesham where she was born, and she performed Nonbu Tirupavai Vratam trying to attain Bhagavan. But Bhagavan wanted to make her wait for some more time, so he did not immediately accept her. Remember, she was only 5 years old in all of these. So as she was made to wait by Bhagavan, her love towards him grew further and she wanted to reach Bhagavan quickly. So instead of waiting for Bhagavan to come and accept her, that wait was also very short wait only, but she could not bear it. She started trying on her own to reach Bhagavan. She tried worshipping Kamadeva and Somadeva, Manmatha and his brother, and then she performed. She played with toy houses as if she is not interested with Krishna when Krishna came. And then she performed Koodal Idaithal. That is a game where one will draw circles and try to see if the smaller circles remain in the bigger circle, and if it matches, or sometimes it is said that it has to be in even so that whatever they desire will happen. And if the number of circles are in odd number, then whatever they thought will not succeed, whatever they wished will not succeed. So she tried that. She sent clouds as messenger. So she is trying in so many different ways to reach Bhagavan. Now one may wonder, being Bhumi Pirati herself, being counted as one among the Alvars also, how can she go to Upayantaram, other Upayams to reach Bhagavan? In our Sampradayam, Bhagavan is Upayam, Bhagavan is Upayam. Bhagavan is the means, Bhagavan is the goal. His mercy is the means, Kainkariam to him is the goal. So, knowing all of these well, she is engaging in other upayams. Will Bhagavan accept that? For that, we heard explanations from Purvacharyas that when great persons, great devotees, who are unable to bear the separation from Bhagavan, when they try to reach Bhagavan on their own, they must be very advanced devotees, thoroughly knowledgeable in philosophy, our Siddhantam, our principles. If they pursue other upayams to reach Bhagavan, then Bhagavan will only enjoy that, because Bhagavan knows that this person, this devotee is completely knowledgeable. He or she knows that he should not or she should not try any other upayam to reach Bhagavan. But still, he or she is trying to reach me on their own. So they must be having so much love and so much sorrow in separation. That is why, being unable to bear that sorrow in separation, they are trying to reach me. So he'll think, oh, how loving they are, how affectionate they are. It is like, common example can be given. A woman gets married to a man. The man goes to some faraway town for his job. He tells his wife, newly married wife, that I'll come back and take you in a few months. But he doesn't return in few months. She keeps waiting, and everyone says that your husband will come someday, please wait. And she is obedient, and she is listening to that. But suddenly, after a while, she thinks, how long can I wait? How can I be in separation from my husband always? Let me try to just go to his place on my own, without even telling him. Because if we tell him, first of all, he is not even contacting. But even if we somehow inform, then that person will say, no, don't come, I will come and take you. So thinking about all of this, his wife, this woman, takes on her own journey towards her husband's town, and she finally reaches there. The husband will open the door. When she goes and knocks on the door, first she will be shocked. How did you come all the way? Why didn't you take my permission? What if something happened on the way for you? I should have accompanied you, I should have protected you. Why did you do this? All of that question he will ask. But then, immediately, because he is also in great sorrow of separation, he will realize that she has got so much love that she has broken all the barriers and come to him. So he will greatly appreciate that. He will greatly enjoy that. So the same way, if very knowledgeable devotees take this decision to pursue Bhagavan due to their sorrow in separation, Bhagavan will only appreciate it. But if we, who don't have such love and affection towards Bhagavan, and who also have Alvars, Acharyas to guide us, who have guided us that we should not be pursuing other upayams, and we have been connected to such acharyas, then we should not be engaged in other upayams. It is compulsory for us to avoid all other upayams and depend on Bhagavan only. Similarly, we should not seek any other goal, enjoyment, benefit. Only reaching Bhagavan and performing Kainkariam is our goal. So for us, Bhagavan is the only Upayam. Doing Kainkariam to Bhagavan is the only Upayam. Means and goal must be very clear. Even in the Thaniyan for Tirupavai, we see Nam Kadava, Vanname Nalgu. Andal nAchchiyAr is being prayed here. We are praying to her on a daily basis that we should not cross the boundaries. We should still remain in the same Prapati-nishtai. That Bhagavan is the Upayam. That is our prayer towards Andal nAchchiyAr every day. So just because she did, it doesn't mean that it has to be followed by us. We have to follow her instructions, where she is saying Bhagavan is the Upayam, Bhagavan is the Upayam. Narayanane namakke paritaruvan. That is her clear instruction. So with this, let's move on to this 12th decade of nAchchiyAr Thirumozhi. We already saw this in the previous session, but I was not satisfied with the way I explained it, so I wanted to just do it better, because these are to be preserved properly, and we should try to do the best presentation. So we'll just go over the decade one more time. So here in the introduction section, Periyavachan Pillai, this takes us through the connection between previous decade and current decade. In the previous decade, Tamugakkum Tam Kayyil Sangame Polavu. In that, we saw that Andal nAchchiyAr was suffering from separation even before that, and she wanted to reach Bhagavan. And she had pinned her hopes on two aspects. That is, Bhagavan had told that he will never abandon his devotees. That is the first hope, that Bhagavan will never abandon me. So even if there is a delay, he will certainly accept me. That is the first hope. But there is a checkpoint in that. Bhagavan is Swatantra. He is totally independent. Nobody can control him. So sometimes we also see in Krishna Avataram that Bhagavan says something, he does something different. He says he will not take up any weapons, then he takes up the chariot wheel. And then he says he will not cheat, he will not steal. And then he steals butter and so on. So in many times we see that in Krishna Avataram he has lied. He has spoken something contrary to his actions. So even though Bhagavan says that I will not abandon my devotee, he is not trustworthy. So what is the alternative for us? For that she determines that her connection with Periyalvar, that is another hope. Because even if he wants to abandon me, if Periyalvar says, Krishna, you have to accept Andal, then Bhagavan cannot refuse, because he abides by his devotee's will. Periyalvar being a great devotee, Bhagavan cannot refuse his orders. So she thinks that even if his Swatantriyam takes over and he abandons us, he will rescue us again based on our connection with Periyalvar. So these are the two hopes she has. So initially she is worried, and then finally she is convinced about that Bhagavan will certainly accept her. Now that was in the previous Padigam, previous decade. Now in this decade, Andal nAchchiyAr is having that great faith that Bhagavan will come and accept her. But she observes that he has not done it. being unable to remain patient until he comes due to her overwhelming urge. She is again trying and requesting those who are surrounding her and looking at her. They are all worried for her. Her relatives, her mother, her friends, they are all worried for her. At that time, she becomes almost unconscious. She is not able to do anything. So she looks at all of these people around her, who are all her relatives, friends and so on. They are all her well-wishers too. Now, she is asking them, I am in this terrible situation. Bhagavan has not come, Krishna has not come, and I am unable to walk towards him. So, you have to help me. Just like Periyalvar will help me, you all have to help me. And she is telling them, even if you try to stop me, saying that you have to wait until Krishna comes to you, I am not going to listen to you. You just can do only one favor to me. Because I am unable to walk on my own, I am in such terrible state, pitiable state. You have to carry me to wherever Krishna is there. Because Krishna is not coming here. We have understood that now. He is not going to come now. But I want to reach him. I want to attain him as soon as possible. So what you do is, I cannot walk, so you take me, you carry me towards him. So that is what you have to do, says under nAchchiyAr. In that, she starts with Mathura, where Krishna was born. So Krishna has some connection. So she is taking in each pasuram one place where Krishna is having some connection. And she is telling that, you please take me there in each pasuram. So that is the brief introduction for this Padigam. Let us see pasurams one by one. A little bit bigger explanation for each pasuram. maRRirundhIrgatku மாதவன் என்பதோர் அன்புதன்னை உற்றிருந்தேனுக்கு உரைப்பதெல்லாம் மூமையரோடு செவிடர் வார்த்தை பெற்றிருந்தாளை ஒழியவே போய் பேர்த்தொரு தாயில் வளர்ந்த நம்பி மற்பொருந்தா மக்களமடைந்த மதுரை புறத்தி என்னை உய்க்கிடுமின். That is the first pasaram. She is requesting everyone there to take her to Mathura. That is Krishna's birthplace. maRRirundhIrgatku. Matru means different. So you are all different from my mindset. You are having different mindset. Ariyalaga. For you, this cannot be known. It's very difficult to be known. Madhavan என்பதோர் அன்புதன்மை. The love towards Madhava. Madhava, the term is very significant here because Madhava means Sriman Narayana, Lakshmi Narayana, the one who is the divine Lord of Sri Mahalakshmi. So that love towards such Madhava, here she is approaching Bhagavan and through Pirati. By saying Madhava, Pirati Sambandham is also shown, Purushakaram is taken, her recommendation is taken. So the love towards Madhava, Uttirindhenukku, for me who have attained, I have got this love for Madhava, deep love for Madhava, Bhagavan. For me, Uraipadellam, whatever you tell me, you are telling me don't pursue Bhagavan like this, you have to hold on and so on. So all of that, whatever you say, all of those, Umayarodu Sevidar Vartai. If, let's say, a mute person and a deaf person, if they converse with each other, how will they understand each other? This mute person will not be able to tell anything. Deaf person will not be able to hear anything. So how will they understand, how will they comprehend? Similarly, whatever you say, I am not going to be understanding. I am not going to be listening to it. It is of no use for me. So, in such case, you can only do one thing for me. That is, Pettirundhalai Oliyave Poi. The Devaki Pirati who gave birth to Krishna, going through pregnancy, the difficulties, especially in a prison cell, if she was to do all of that, that Devaki Pirati, leaving her aside, abandoning her, Perthu oru Thayil, again in another mother's place, that is Yashoda Pirati's place, Valaranda, the one who was nurtured, one who was raised, one who grew up. Mal Porunda, Mal Kalam Adainda, before the wrestlers could come to the arena, the wrestling arena, Krishna and Balarama went there, ahead of them. That Nambi, Marpurunda, Markadamadaida Nambi, that Krishna's Madurai, Mathurapuri, that is Mathurapuri's. This Kshetram, Mathura, it is also said as Madura. Both Mathura and Madura are there as the name for this place. This Mathura is very famous for having continuous Bhagavad connection. Connection with Bhagavan is continuous. In Ramavataram, Lakshmana rules this place, Mathura. Or Shatrughna rules this place. So it is ruled by Bhagavan. And in Krishna Avataram, he is taking birth in this place. In Vamana Avataram, it said that he did penance in this Mathura region. So it has got continuous connection with Bhagavan. Such Mathuras, Purat, nearby place, in close proximity. Ennai Uitedimen, you go and place me there, says nAchchiyAr. So in the first pasaram, she is saying, whatever we speak, there is not going to be any benefit, because whatever you say, I am not going to agree. Whatever I say, you are not going to agree. So let me be taken to Mathura, where Krishna is present, where he went to the wrestling ground, even before the wrestlers came. He wanted to be waiting for them and fight them and knock them down. So in such Mathurapuri, where Krishna is present, you go and place me, says nAchchiyAr in the first pasaram. Next pasaram, நாணியினியோர் கருபமில்லை நாள் அயலாரும் அறிந்தொழிந்தார் பாணியாதன்னை மருந்து செய்து பண்டு பண்டாக்க ஊர்திராகில் மாணி உருவாய் உலகழந்த மாயனைக்கானில் தலைமறியும் ஆணையால் நீர் என்னை காக்க வேண்டில் ஆய்ப்பாடிக்கே என்னை உய்த்திடுமின். In the second pasaram, she is requesting everyone to carry her to Tiruvaippadi, that is Sri Gokulam. So Krishna is present in so many different places. So she wants to have connection with Krishna. If Krishna is not coming, let me go there to different places where he is present. That is what she is doing here. So in this pasaram, she is saying she wants to go to Gokulam. Nani iniyor karmamillai. Ini. From now onwards, Nani. Being shy. Vor karmamillai. There is no use. I cannot remain shy and just remain inside the home always. Nalayalarum. The townspeople, the people of the town, Arindolindar, already have come to know about my situation, that I want to marry Bhagavan only. Hence, there is no use becoming shy. Paniyadu. Without any further delay, Marundu kondu, doing all the remedies. Ennai, me, Pandu Pandaka Urdiragil. She is saying if you can change me to my previous position, that is before this position of great urge, and nAchchiyAr had previous position, which was having love towards Bhagavan. Now she wants to go even before that, where she did not have any love towards Bhagavan, because she wants to forget totally Bhagavan. Because if she goes back to the previous stage also, it is tough. So she wants to go back to even further previous stages where she had no idea about Bhagavan. So Pandu Aaka Urdiragi. So if you want to make me like how I was having complexion, fair complexion previously, that is even before my previous state where I was suffering in separation, if you can change it, if you want to change that, near you, all of you, nai, me, anayal, truly, Kakavendil, if you are planning to save me, nai, me, Aipadike, for Thiruvaipadi, in Thiruvaipadi, Sri Gokulam, Uitinimil. Please go and place me there, asks under nAchchiyAr. And finally, Mani Uruvai Udahananda Mayanai Kamil. Mani means brahmachari, young boy, celibate. So he accepted the form of a young boy, young brahmachari, and he then went to Mahabali, prayed for three handful of water, three steps of land, which is accepted through 3 handful of water. So Mahabali will pour water from his kamandalam and Bhagavan will accept that water, and in that process he accepts the 3 steps. So such if you see such Mayan, that is amazing Bhagavan, if you are able to worship that Bhagavan who went to Mahabali and accepted the worlds and measured the worlds, Talaimariyam, my disease, this disease of separation, will be eradicated only when we do that. Only when I worship Vamana Bhagavan, says under nAchchiyAr in this second pasaram. Here, Nal Ayalarum Arindolindar, that is, even the neighbors have come to know about my situation. For that, Periyavachan Pillai has brought in beautiful explanation. That is, Thirukotiyur Nambi, Gofti Purna. He was like that. He would have everything in his heart. He will constantly be enjoying Bhagavan. But nobody knows his greatness. Nal Ayalarum Arindolindar. Everyone in the town came to know about him. So here also, Thirukotiyur Nambi was before not so famous. He was always just sitting in his residence and he was always enjoying Bhagavan. So nobody knew about his greatness. But when Bhagavad Ramanuja went to Thirukotiyur to get the Charmashloka meanings, at that time he went and asked some strangers in the town, where is Nambi's Matam, Nambi's residence, where is Thirukotiyur Nambi's residence? And when they said it is there, they showed their hand and said it is there, he immediately, Bhagavad Ramanuja immediately fell down there, performed Dandavat Pranamam, Dandavat Pranamam. And then he stood up and then again performed Dandavat Pranamam, and he all the way went up to Thirukotiyur Nambi's Tirumaligai. Seeing that, the people of the town Thirukotiyur, they understood the greatness of Thirukotiyur Nambi, because until then they didn't know who was Thirukotiyur Nambi. His original name was Tirukurugai Piran. So they would just think that he was a regular devotee, but they didn't know his greatness. Once Bhagavad Ramanuja himself comes and inquires about Tirukoti Nambi paying obeisances continuously and all of that, seeing that they understand Tirukoti Nambi's greatness. So in this manner, the greatness of Tirukoti Nambi became very famous. Alvan and Andan, that is Purat Alvan, Puresha Swami, and Mudali Andan, Dasharathi Swami, they went to Tirukottur Nambi to perform some Kaikaryam and learn about Charma Shlokam. But he said, you go to Bhagavad Ramanuja, he will reveal when it is apt. So, these are all shown for nAchchiyAr. So, others also have come to know for that. All of these incidents where Tirukoti Nambi is such a advanced devotee, great devotee, who was always enjoying Bhagavan within, without thinking about what others are thinking. Oftentimes we'll all be devotional and all that. But many people do it for others seeing them. So they do it if others see and appreciate, then they become happy in whatever they do. But Tirukoti Nambi being a Paramaikanti, that is totally devoted to Bhagavan, he did not care about anyone. He was just meditating about Alavandar and Bhagavan. So that incident is shown where Nambi's greatness became very famous. Similar to here, how everyone came to know about nAchchiyAr's situation. So that is second Pasuram. And then third Pasuram. Third Pasuram. Tandayum Tayum Utrarum Nirka Tanivadi Poyinal Ennum Soldu. Vanda Pinnai Padikaparidu Mayavan Mandu Urukattigindran Kondalamaki Parakaditu குறும்பு செய்வானோர் மகனை பெற்ற நந்தகோபாலன் கடைத்தலைக்கே நள்ளிருக்கள் என்ன உய்த்தினுவன். In the next Pasuram, nAchchiyAr is saying, you go and place me along with my cot in front of Nandagopal's Tirumaligai. Says nAchchiyAr in this Pasuram, Tandayum Tayum. Tandai means father, Tai means mother. Utrarum, other relatives, Nirtha, while they are all standing, Tanivadi Poyinal Ennum Soldu. If nAchchiyAr goes away and go to Bhagavan, everyone will say, this girl has on her own went from there. So she is doing everything on her own. When that word, Vardapinnai, once it gets spread in the world, Padikaparidu, there is no way I can stop that accusation. It is very difficult to stop such accusations. But I am unable to restrain myself. I have to go. If I go, then the accusations will come and that accusations cannot be stopped. But if I want to avoid the accusations, I have to remain inside. But that I am also unable to do, says nAchchiyAr in this Pasuram. Mayavan, that Bhagavan who is having Ashcharya Chestitas, that is amazing Leelas, that Krishna, Vandu, coming across me, coming opposite to me, Uru Kartigindran, he is showing his divine form and he is pulling us. In this case, in such case, what you have to do, the only thing you have to do is Kondalamaki Parakalithu, Kurumbu Seivan or Mahanai Petra. The Krishna who was born here and he is always engaging in mischiefs. Such Krishna was given birth by Mother Yashoda and Nandagopala. So Nandagopala's son is the emphasis here. So that Nandagopala's Kadaitalaike, at the entrance of the palace, Thirumozhi, there, Nalirkan, in the midnight, please go and place him there. Place me there, says nAchchiyAr. So here, she wants to go, but she is unable to go also. So she is always having this hesitation. So she is asking for others' help. She is asking them to carry her and place her in Nandagopal's palace entrance. So that is the third pasuram.
Next, fourth pasuram. அங்கை தலத்திலே ஆழிகொண்டான் அவன் முகத்தன்றி விழியேன் என்று செங்கச்சு கொண்டு கண்ணாடையார்த்து சிறுமாண்டவரை காணில் நானும் கொங்கைத்தலமேவை நோக்கிக் காணில் கோவிந்தனுக்கல்லால் வாயில் போகா இங்குத்தை வாழ்வை ஒழியவே போய் யமுனை கரைக்கென்னை உய்த்திடுவேன். In this pasuram, nAchchiyAr is requesting her relatives to take her to the banks of river Yamuna, where he will be certainly present and where she can unite with him. Let us see the word by word meanings. Kai talathilai, on the beautiful divine hand, Aழிகொண்டான் avan, Krishna, who is having Sudarshana Chakra, முகத்து அன்றி விழியேன் என்று, on such Krishna's face only I will be present. I will be seen only by such Krishna, and I will like to see Krishna only. Saying this, செம்கச்சு ஆடை கொண்டு, with the beautiful cloth which is usually tied around the bosoms, with that, kan arthu, having the eyes closed. So, nAchchiyAr is saying her bosoms are closed with, are covered with a cloth, which makes it avoid seeing others and being seen by others, because they want only to be seen by Krishna and they want to only see Krishna. So in this manner, closing the eyes, சிறு மானிடவரை காணில் நானும், they will feel shy when they see humans, worldly people, or anyone other than Bhagavan, who are all considered to be inferior compared to Bhagavan. So being ashamed to see them, kongai talamivai, these bosoms, my bosoms, nokki kaanir. Now she is telling to the mothers who are there with her and her relatives, you carefully observe them, because they are only eager, desirous to be with Krishna, with no one else. Now these bosoms are present only for Krishna. Govindanu kallal, other than Krishna, vayil poga, vayil means entrance. They will not go to anyone else's entrance. They will only go to Krishna's place. Because of this reason, inguttai வாழ்வை ஒழிய போய், abandoning my presence here, abandoning my residence here, I don't want to stay here anymore. So I am going to abandon it here. So you help me for that. என்னை யமுனை கரைக்கே உய்த்திடுமின். Please take me to the banks of river Yamuna and place me there, says nAchchiyAr in this pasuram. A beautiful example from Sri Ramayanam is given to explain this principle, that nAchchiyAr's bosoms will not look at anyone else. Usually, any kingdom, there will be so much competition between the princes, the brothers, children of the king. Everyone will try to fight with each other and take that kingdom. But in case of Ayodhya kingdom, Lakshmana wanted to just go with Sri Rama and serve there. So he did not want the kingdom. When Sri Rama orders Bharata to take care of the kingdom, he also initially refuses. But only after Sri Rama insists, Bharata accepts to take the kingdom. And subsequently, when Sri Rama and Lakshmana were in the forest and Bharata comes to see them, at that time Lakshmana thinks that Bharata is coming to kill Sri Rama. So he says, I will stop Bharata, I will stop and kill Bharata before he does that. But then Sri Rama explains the greatness of Bharatalvan and tries to convince Lakshmana. Lakshmana doesn't agree still. He still is angry on Bharata. At that time, Sri Rama tells, maybe you are eager to take over the kingdom. That is why you want to kill Bharata. Only then Lakshmana realizes that Bharata also doesn't want the kingdom. So in this manner, nAchchiyAr's bosoms don't want to be seen by anyone. So that example is given in this pasuram very nicely. Next, fifth pasuram. ஆர்க்குமென்னோய் இது அறியலாகாது அம்மனை மீர் துழதிப்படாதே கார்கடல் வண்ணன் என்பான் ஒருவன் கை கண்ட யோகம் தடவத் தீரும் நீர்க்கரை நின்ற கடம்பை ஏறி காளியன் உச்சியில் நட்டம் பாய்ந்து போர்க்களமாக நிறுத்தம் செய்த பொய்கை கரைக்கு என்னை உய்த்திடுமின். In this pasuram, nAchchiyAr is requesting her relatives to take her to the banks of the shore of the pond where Kaliya was subdued by Krishna. She is saying that she has a disease which will be eliminated, which will be cured only by the touch of such Krishna. Let us see the word by word meanings. Annai Meer, O mothers, Yen, my, Idu Noi, this disease, Arkum, for anyone, Ariyalagadu, nobody can know about this disease. Nobody can understand what this disease is. Tudadipadade. So, without getting worried about that, what you have to do is you have to take me to the shore of the pond where Kaliya was subdued. So that is explained further. Neer karai nindra, on the banks of the small pond which was inhabited by Kalinga. Kalinga is the snake which was spitting poison constantly and causing damage to everyone in that area. So in that pond, on the banks of that pond, Kadamba Eri, climbing on the Kadamba tree. Kaliyan Uchil, on top of Kaliya's hoods, expanded hoods. Nattam Paindu, he jumped on those hoods as if it is a move in a dance, as if it's a dance step. He jumped on there. Porkalamaga, the whole surrounding to become battlefield. Niruttam Seida, one who danced. That place where all of this happened, the Poigai Karaikku, on the banks of the small pond, Ennai Uithidumin, you go and place me there. What will happen if I go there, if I reach there? That is explained further. Karkadal Vannan Enban Oruvan, one who is having beautiful divine complexion, which is similar to that of the ocean, which is blue in color. Such Krishna, Tadava, if he caresses me, or if he touches me with his divine hand, Tirum, this disease will be cured. Kaikanda Yogam, this is the easiest means to eliminate my disease. You feel that I have a disease, and I also have a disease which is due to the separation from Krishna. How can that disease be eliminated? That can be cured? that can be killed only by the touch of Krishna. And that will happen if you take me to the banks of the pond where Kaliya was subdued by Krishna, says nAchchiyAr in this pasuram. Here, beautiful explanation is given for how the whole place became like a battlefield. The Gopikas, Gopas, the cowherd boys and girls, they came to know that Krishna jumped on Kaliya. As soon as they heard about that, they all started coming towards the pond, but none of them could move even a step forward. As soon as they heard about this, even before they start walking, they all fell down as if shot by arrows because of the sorrow they had. So that is the intense love they had towards Krishna. As soon as they hear about Krishna's the danger he is facing, jumping on the Kaliya snake, they all fell down and became unconscious. For this, a beautiful example is also shown. Anantacharya, was coming towards Srirangam once, and at that time he heard, as he was entering the banks of river Kaveri on the northern side, he heard about Bhagavad Ramanuja's ascent to Paramapadam. He became very sorrowful, and there were a few Bhagavatas with him at that time. One of them, named Sri Nambi Guhadasar, he said he was going to climb a tree and jump from there and finish himself because of the sorrow in separation from Bhagavad Ramanuja. Hearing that, Anantalvan told him, if you had such deep love towards Bhagavad Ramanuja, you would have given up your life as soon as you heard the news. If you are able to sustain yourself and say that I am going to climb the tree and I am going to jump from there, that means when you jump from there also you will only break your legs and suffer throughout your life. You will not be finished by jumping from there. And hearing that, Sri Nambi Guhadasar gives up that effort. So here it is said that if one has deep love, immediately one will become unconscious when they hear something bad about someone they like. So that is explained in this pasuram. So here in this fifth pasuram, nAchchiyAr is requesting her mothers and relatives to take her to the banks of that pond where Krishna subdued and won over Kaliya. Next, sixth pasuram. கார்த்தன் முகிலும் கருவிளையும் காயாமலரும் கமலப்பூவும் ஈர்த்திடுகின்றன என்னை வந்திட்டு இருடிகேசன் பக்கல் போகே என்று வேர்த்து பசித்து வயிறசைந்து வேண்டடுகள் உண்ணும்போது ஈதென்று பார்த்திருந்து நெடுநோக்கு கொள்ளும் பத்தவிலோசனத்து உய்த்திடுமேன். In this pasuram, nAchchiyAr is requesting all her relatives to go and place her in the place called Bhakta Vilochanam. There is a small history here. When Krishna and the cowherd boys go to the forest tending the cows and calves, they become hungry. Usually they carry their food with them, but sometimes the food gets over and they still are hungry. So on these occasions, Krishna will send the cowherd boys, his friends, to get some food from nearby ashramams where the sages will be performing yajnas. But the sages would usually refuse. This happens one time. The sages refuse to give food because they say that they are performing yajna, worshipping Vishnu Bhagavan, Sriman Narayana, and they cannot give food to any children at the moment. They drive away the children. The children come and complain to Krishna saying the sages did not give food. Then he says you go to the wives of the sages and ask them when the children go and ask the wives of the sages, they become very happy that Krishna is asking for food. So they prepare different food items and they come and feed Krishna and all the cowherd boys. Eventually the sages also realize their mistake and they come and ask for forgiveness from Krishna. So that incident is shown here. That place wherever Krishna is waiting is known as Bhakta Viloshanam. That is what is shown in this pasanam. Kar, in the rainy season, tan, cool, mugilum, the clouds, Karivilayum, the dark colored flower, Karivilai flower, then Kayamalarum, Kayambu, another dark colored flower, Kamalapuvum, the lotus flower. All of these, Mandit, they all come and stand in front of me. Irradication pakkal pogai endru ennai ஈர்த்திடுகின்றன. They are all pushing me, saying, you go to Rishikesha, Krishna. And they are pulling me. They are pulling me and pushing me. Because of this, you have to take me to where Krishna is. That is the place known as Bhakta Viloshanam. What happens there? That is explained subsequently. Where due to tending the cows, the children become sweaty. That is, Krishna becomes sweaty. He has lots of sweat on his body, divine body. And then pasit. Pasit means becoming hungry and suffering in hunger. Vairasaindu, the stomach becoming very weak. Vendadithil unnumbodu idu endru. At the time of eating prasadam, saying that this is the right time for eating prasadam. Saying that, Parthirundu, Krishna is looking from far distance. If the Rishi Patnis, the wives of the sages, they are coming. So, waiting there, Nedunokku kollum, looking at far distance, whether they are coming. That place, which is known as Patta Vilochanathu, Bhakta Vilochanam, in that place, Uitilivin, please go and place me there and I will unite with Krishna, asks nAchchiyAr in this pasanam. Next, 7th pasanam. Vannandirivum mananguraivum மானமிலாமையும் வாய்வெழுப்பும் உன்னலுராமையும் உள்மெலிவும் ஓதநீர் வண்ணன் என்பான் ஒருவன் தன்னந்துழாய் என்னும் மாலை கொண்டு சூட்டத் தனியும் பிளம்பந்தன்னை பன்னழிய பலதேவன் என்ற பாண்டிவடத்தென்னை உய்த்திடுவேன். Very beautiful pasaram. And nAchchiyAr is saying, she has gone through lots of transformation due to separation from Krishna. She has lost her color, lost her freshness, lost her strength, everything is lost because of separation from the ocean colored Krishna. To eliminate such suffering from me, please bring the divine garland, Tulasi garland from Krishna and make me wear that. If it is not possible, you take me to the Pandivadam. Pandivadam means the place, the banyan tree near which Baladeva killed Pralambasura. So that is the pasaram here. Vannantirivum, my form's complexion has changed. That. Manam kuraivum, my mind has become weak. Manamilamayum, I have become shameless. That is, I am talking about all of this. I am trying to reach Bhagavan myself. Vaivadupum, my mouth has become very pale. My lips have become very pale instead of being reddish. Unnal uramayum, not having the desire to eat at all. And then ulmelivum, because of all of these, my knowledge is also shrinking. So all of these, When will they be eliminated, all of this disease? For that the answer is Othanir Vannan Envan Burvan. That is the one who is known as the person having complexion of ocean. That Krishna. His Tan Amtudai ennum Malai kondu Sutta. Tan whole, beautiful, Tudai, Tirutudai, Turasi, ennum Malai kondu Sutta. The garland named this cool, beautiful Tulasi garland, if that was brought and if I am made to wear that, if I am given that to wear, Taniyum, my disease will go. But if you are unable to bring that Tirutulai garland to me, then you take me to Pandi Vatam, that is Pandira Vatam, that is the banyan tree which is known as Pandira. So that is where Balarama killed Pralambasura, Pilambandannai. Baladevan, that is Balarama, Pilambandannai, Pralambasura, Pannadiya, to make all his bones break totally. Vendra, one who killed and remained. That place, Pandivadathu, the banyan tree which is known as Pandira. Near that, Enne Uitirimin, please go and place me there, asks nAchchiyAr in this pasuram. Next is 8th pasuram. Katrinam meikavum meikap petran, kaduval sadiyum agap petran, பற்றி உரலை யாப்பம் உண்டான் பாவிகால் உங்களுக்கு ஏற்றுக்கொலோ கற்றன பேசி வசவுனாதே காலிகளுடைய மழைதடுத்து கொற்றக்குலையாக ஏந்தி நின்ற கோவர்தனத்தை என்ன உய்த்திடுமேன். In this pasuram, nAchchiyAr is requesting all of her relatives to take her to Govardhana mountain and unite her with Krishna. Katrinam meikavum meikap petren. Kandru inam, that is the herd of or herds of calves. Mainly Krishna is very eager to tend the calves even more than cows, because cows are more dependent on Krishna. Hence he also enjoys taking care of them. Meikavum meikap petran. He got that as his primary duty. Kaduval sadiyum agap petran. Mostly the cowherds, they will spend the time in forest tending the cows more than their home. So he is born in that clan where they have to spend more time in the forest. So he spent more time in the Vrindavanam. Patri, being caught in the act of stealing butter, Uralidai, on the mortar, hand mortar, Appumundan, he got bound, he got tied there. So Mother Yashoda catches Krishna in the act of stealing and she punishes him by tying him on the mortar with a rope. All of these activities which are showing his simplicity, these acts, Pavigal, oh sinners who are considering such good activities as lowly, inferior. He is doing all of this to show his simplicity, but you are thinking about him as someone who is unworthy. For you, ungalukku, for you, ஏற்றுக்கொலோ, did this become the reason, cause for blaming him or scolding him? Whatever you have told about him so far, let it be. At least from now onwards, going forward, Katrana pesi vasavunade. Don't speak about whatever you have learnt like this, that Krishna got tied by Mother Yashoda, he was just tending cows, all of these as inferior aspects and get scolded by me. If you do that, if you insult him, I'll scold you. Rather, what you have to do is to take me to Govardhana hill, mountain. Kaligal uyya malizhaduthu. Krishna lifted the Govardhana hill to help protect the cattle. So the one who did that by stopping the rain, by lifting up the Govardhana hill as a victorious flag or victorious umbrella, ஏந்தி நின்ற கொற்றக்கொடையாக ஏந்தி நின்ற as the victorious umbrella, he held it. He held the Govardhana mountain, that Govardhanathu. Near that Govardhana mountain, என்னை உய்த்திடுவேன். Please go and place me there so that I will enjoy him there, says nAchchiyAr in the 8th பாசுரம். 9th பாசுரம். கூட்டிலிருந்து கிளி எப்போதும் கோவிந்தா கோவிந்தா என்றழைக்கும், ஊட்டக்கூடாது செருப்பனாகில் உலகளந்தான் என்று உயரக்கூவும், நாட்டில் தலைப்பழி எய்தி உங்கள் நன்மை இழந்து தலையிடாதே, சூட்டியர் மாடங்கள் சூழ்ந்து தோன்றும் சூராபதிக்கு என்னை உய்த்திடுவேன். 9th பாசுரம். In this பாசுரம், in her separation from Krishna, in that sorrowful times, the parrot which she raised, that is nAchchiyAr raised a parrot, and she taught that parrot Bhagavan's divine names such as Govinda, Krishna, all of that. Now when she is in sorrow due to separation, the parrot comes and keeps saying Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. And if she tries to stop that, it shouts loudly, "Oh, the one who measured the world, oh, the one who measured the world." Seeing that, she becomes unconscious, and all the relatives, she is telling them, "Don't spoil your name by not helping me at this time. You take me to Dwaraka and let me unite with him." That is the theme of this pasaram. Let us see the word by word meanings. Kili. The kili which I raised, I nurtured. Kuttilirundu, remaining in the cage. எப்போதும், at all times, Govinda, Govinda என்று அழைக்கும். It calls out Govinda, Govinda. ஊட்டக்கூடாது. At that time, I become upset with it and I stop feeding it. செருப்பனாகில், if I torment my parrot like that, உலகளந்தான் என்று, oh, one who measured the world, oh, one who measured the world, உயரக்கூவும், it will call out loudly. Now, as I hear these divine names, I faint, becoming unconscious. Due to this, not in this world, தலைப்பழியெய்தி, acquiring great blame. உங்கள் நன்மை இழந்து, losing all your good name. Whatever goodwill you have earned, destroying that. தலையிடாதே, not having to hang your head in shame. சூட்டியர் மாடங்கள் சூழ்ந்து தோன்றும், having great, huge mansions, being surrounded by such mansions. தூராபதிக்கு, in Dwaraka, in Sri Dwaraka, என்னை உய்த்திடுவேன். Please go and place me there, says nAchchiyAr. On one side, she is telling her parrot is tormenting her. On the other side, she is telling to those who are around her all the relatives, she is telling them, don't earn a bad name by not helping me and hang your head in shame. Instead, you take me to Dwarakadish, the Dwaraka Puri, and let me unite there with Krishna. That is the meaning of this pasuram. Finally, 10th pasuram. Falashruti. மண்ணு முதலை தொடக்கமாக வன் தோராபதி தன்னளவும் தன்னை தமறுத்து பெய்ய வேண்டி தாழ்குழலாள் துணித்த துணிவை பொன்னியல் மாடம் பொலிந்து தோன்றும் புதுவையர்கோன் விட்டுசித்தன் கோதை இன்னிசையால் சொன்ன செஞ்சொல் மாலை ஏத்தவல்லார்க்கு இடம் வைகுந்தமே. In the final pasuram, Andal nAchchiyAr is saying, those who recite these pasurams will attain Paramapadam, Sri Vaikuntham. They will reach the eternal abode of Sriman Narayana, Bhagavan Vishnu, and will get to serve him eternally. That is the result of reciting these pasurams. Tal Kuladal, one who is having a low-hanging hair. She's got a very lengthy hair. Ponniyal Madam Polindu Thondrum Puduvayarkon Vittusittan Kodai. Who is that? That is Kodai, Andal nAchchiyAr. Who is Andal nAchchiyAr? She is the daughter of Puduvayarkon. That is the leader of Sri Villibuttur. Vittuchittan, Vishnu Chitta, Periyalvar. What is the speciality of Sri Villibuttur? All the mansions are shining like gold in that Devidesham. So such Andal, Mannu Madurai Todakamaga Van Tuvaravadi Tannalavum. From Sri Mathura up to Sri Dwaraka, she identified few Devideshams, few places, few abodes. In those places, Tannai, Andal, her, Tamar, her relatives, Uitu Payyavendi, to make her reach and be united with Krishna. Tuninda Tunivai, the firm conviction she had, Innisayal Sonna, that firm conviction that she has to be united with Krishna in so many places, starting from Sri Mathura to Sri Dwaraka. Uitu Payyavendi, to go and unite her there, Tuninda Tunivai. The conviction she had in this matter, Innisayal Sonna, singing these pasurams with beautiful tune, very sweet tune. Senjol Malai. Having beautiful words, such garland, this decade, this thirumozhi, Yetavallarku, for those who can recite, who can glorify, for them, Idam, the abode, the residence, Vaikuntham, will be Paramapadam. They will reach Paramapadam certainly. That is the benefit of this Padigam. So with that, 12th Padigam comes to an end. Andal Thirumozhi Sharanam, Alvar Thirumozhi Sharanam, Emberumanar Thirumozhi Sharanam, Periyavachan Pillai Thirumozhi Sharanam, GR Thirumozhi Sharanam, GR Thirumozhi Sharanam. Pallandu Pallayirattandu Palakodi Noorayiram Pallandu Thindolmanivan Navam Sevadi Sevithil Kaapaliyum Odum Nodum Purivin Ayiram Pallandu Adivaayum Nilamarnil Vazhunna Nagayum Pallandu Adivasodi Valathuriyum Sudar Aliyum Pallandu Padaipor Pukkumulangum Appanji Samayamum Pallandu.
Koil.org has published a variety of Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam books in different languages. A wide range of books covering different topics from absolute beginners to advanced level knowledge seekers are available at books.koil.org. Books can be ordered via email koil.org@gmail.com or WhatsApp. For details, please contact mobile numbers 8220-151966, 9600-595273